Any kind of overarching theses or statements that you want to leave everybody with before we shut this thing down? I mean, obviously, I just want to thank you and everybody that's come up here. Some really wonderful questions, both on the religious aspects of this and also the scientific ones. It's just been a phenomenal space.
Yeah, man, thanks for hosting it, man. And sorry, it kind of slipped my mind, but we made it happen. I kind of said like the most important part, in my opinion, pretty recently. I may kind of reiterate that, but um, obviously, you can see this conversation is very nuanced and it can, kind of invoke quite a few complexities. But the truth is pretty simple. Like you experience the earth, you live there, okay? And when people ask you why would they lie? Why does it matter? It's like, well, if you wanted to deceive the vast majority of all people that live on the earth, what better way than to start by literally inverting their understanding of the very earth they live on, right? I don't think it's even much deeper than that. Honestly, it's a major power move. It is a complete flex on you as if you are not capable of even understanding basic things. And the most efficient way to brainwash someone, and we saw this with the COVID pandemic, is if you can convince them to not believe what they directly experience. They are completely malleable. Meaning, when they told you the air that keeps you alive is going to kill you, and that you should breathe in the carbon dioxide you exhale all day, people did that. And they said, "Oh, well, you're asymptomatic. So you're not sick, but you're sick. So you experience that you're completely healthy and the air keeps you alive." And people were able to convince a group of people that the air is going to kill them and that even though they're healthy and have no symptoms, they're actually sick. So my point is that whenever someone can convince you to deny direct experience and empirical evidence of your own senses, right? Then you have to turn to an authority as if they know better than you. You're not capable of dissecting the truth, deciphering the truth yourself. So you then have to have someone that is capable to come tell you what it really is. And that's one of the major implications of this slide. It's all directly inverted. So I'll wrap it up with this. Um, for one, it has major implications if the Earth's the center of the universe. Who put it there? It immediately brings in intelligent design. You can do that without this conversation, in fact, but this is the most damning piece of evidence ever for our creation. And then this is all I want people to do if they listen to this room. Whether you think it's crazy or whatever, keep it to yourself. I know people that kept flat earth to themselves for 3 years. It's whatever. But I want you to just go experience life again, but actually think about it. Okay? That's all. That's it. Which is you experience a stationary Earth, so much so that we know when it moves, it's called an earthquake. Okay. And we know that the Earth is stationary and we see the stars rotating above our heads. We see the sun move over top of us, and when it's directly overhead, it's the warmest. Then it gets further away, it gets cooler. Then it gets dark, right? We see the sun and the moon appear to be the same size. One's for the day, one's for the night. And they claim the sun's 400 times bigger than the moon, just coincidentally by random cosmic chance, 400 times further away exactly. So they look like they're the same size, but they're not. Or they're just the same size. You see the horizon's horizontal. You see that water always seeks its level, and there are major bodies of water like the ocean that are just leveling out. Lakes are flat, specular reflections. You see all this. And all I'm telling you to do is just experience the world and think about it. Because I guarantee you, up to this point, you've never thought about it. You've never looked at the sun and thought, am I actually falling backwards and the sun is sitting still during the sunset? Or is it just moving away from me like it looks like it is? Am I actually flying around the sun right now while it's sitting still and I just can't tell? Actually, go think about it. Go think about it. That's all I would encourage you to do. And then just, yeah, inform yourself on this subject. It's pretty deep, but you don't have to get too into the weeds like we have when we've talked about varying relativity to get to this truth. Um, so yeah, I would just encourage everyone to look into it. Oh, and I'll make the final plug. Well, obviously, I'll plug Ether Cosmology. That's on Discord and ethercosmology.com. Also, Flat Earth Fridays here on X. You can come up there, you can talk. They do like some marathons. They really break things down. And then Witsit gets it everywhere. I have a bunch of different. I have School and Globers and Relatively Speaking. Relatively Speaking is more geocentrism oriented, and then Flat Earth is more School and Globers. Um, So, and then I would say, if you're new to the subject, maybe consider going and watching the documentary The Principle as like an intro. And yeah, man, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. What's popular is rarely true, and vice versa. So, thank you for hosting this space, my brother.
No, absolutely love it, and thank you so much for everybody that joined in. We'll certainly be hosting plenty more spaces. In fact, on the 11th, we've got 3 lined up. So certainly make sure that you tune in for those. I believe that Witsit's going to be up there with us for one that's starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to have I think about a dozen, if not maybe 15 different panelists, some really big names, and we're all going to be diving into 9/11 and what took place, what transpired, who was behind it, what was the fallout, how was it pulled off, all those things. But in the interim, I hope everybody has an absolutely wonderful day, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to everyone in the next space, and Witsit and Dustin Nemos. If you haven't done so, please make sure to follow them, everybody. And until then, we will see you in the next post. So God bless and good day.